And I'm Judy, the athlete, and we're here to help you better your best. Debbie, we talk so much in, whether it's our YouTubes or just you and me sitting around, sort of like throwing stuff around, we talk so much about how important the image is and helping the athlete build that image that's going to serve them, that's going to make them the champion, that's going to bring them to the next level.
Right.
And so let's talk a little bit about how the image plays into finishing the tournament, ending strong, not kind of losing it at the end. So many tournaments are won or lost in the last holes or in the last ends, something like that.
Right.
So how do we help athletes? What is that? What is that image, and how is that different from just any other image that we talk about?
Right. Yeah. I think the image is absolutely critical, and we can call them the closer. And I don't know how many of like you that are out there, if you see yourselves that way. I remember the first time I heard it, and I'd never heard it before, and it's in baseball, and I thought, man, that's a great topic, because they have a person that they call a closer and comes in, and I'm thinking, we all want to be a closer. We all want to have that image of ourselves, even if we don't feel it right now, but you can create it. You can create it in your mind that, when it gets to the end and the finish line is right there, that I sprint in with everything I've got. And if you start with that in your mind, you get to the end, you're probably going to be a lot stronger than if you hadn't started with that in your mind.
Sure, and I think about that closer has become more obvious in other sports as well. It has that name in baseball, the closer.
Yeah.
But I think about Michael Jordan. I mean, who do you want to have the ball at the end of the game, right?
Mm-hmm.
Who do you want to have their hands on the ball? Michael Jordan is the one that would have been saying, "Give it to me." In his mind, he was the only one that could have possibly closed that out.
Right.
And that's the image I think we want.
Correct. And so, whether you have it in there or not at this period of time, and depending on your past experience, it doesn't mean you can't create it. And there's things I think you do in practice, to practice the last end, and you say it's the last end, and then you don't get any more, and you train yourself to be really good at that one. We call it last ball, and
We call it last arrow.
Yeah, last arrow, the last one you get, and then that's it. And so there's things you can do to train it, but so critical. I mean, at the end, people are trying to make up for whatever happened. They're going to do this instead. They may change their decisions or strategy because, I need another pointer for you guys, or I need less strokes for us,
Well, I think it's interesting because you and I had a discussion earlier about in the old days.
Oh, yeah,
right?
yeah.
We used to coach around just sort of finish average.
Correct.
Finish average.
Even
Don't
par.
put too much on. Finish with par.
Let everybody else fall apart.
Let everybody else fall apart. And it feels to me like that world has changed. We sort of talked about the number of elite athletes now vying for that. It's less likely every one of them is going to fall apart.
Correct.
So you got to bring your A game all the way to the finish.
Set a goal. You got 3 left. Can you pick up one more birdie in that 3 holes? And for us, or go after something. Just never stop chasing. Going after something that you want. Not that you have to do. Not the expectation stuff. It's just how you want to finish. How you see yourself finishing it. You keep practicing this, and you will build that image of being the closer, and then you will see what it does for your performance.
Yeah, I think there's lots of different ways we could think about of activities that you could do that. And so start thinking now. Start thinking about how do I build that sense of story that I am the closer. I'm the one that's going to be the third one. I can deal with the pressure. I love the pressure.
Yeah,
those kinds of things.
Say it out loud. Your practice. Just say it out loud to yourself, and that's huge. But all those little things, as small as they seem, especially at the highest levels, it's the small things that make the difference.
Practice the strategies to better your best.